Brain Candy Podcast, 767. Sarah and Susie Louise in the house.
Susan Louise and Sarah Louise. I did see that blanket that you got me. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
Sometimes things are just like for my own amusement, but then other people benefit.
Yeah,
you know?
like the sleep sack you got me, which I'm still using.
When I'm typing in like the personalization on the blanket, I'm like, Sarah, Louise, ah! And then I laugh, and then we're all happy.
Oh, that's so great.
How are you?
I'm doing real well. I just got back from a trip to Orange County to go take some photos for the clinic that I work for therapy. And it was so surprisingly lovely to go back to Orange County. LA,
California.
I hate. But like the beach, that PCH drive.
Listen.
It's magical.
Don't get me started. Unlike I actually regret moving.
Oh.
I think about it every day. I'm like, why did I do this? For real.
Yeah.
Lincoln loves it. And it's better for his life. Yeah. But like, who cares? I'm bitter.
Know. I was like, I can't even afford to live in LA. Like, who can afford to live in California? I couldn't even. And I do feel like the cost of living and even the visible wealth that I saw, with cars and even the stores that they've swapped out in the mall that are now all the even fancier ones, it's grown. The wealth has grown even in 3 years, I feel like. Is that possible?
Disgusting.
Or am I just like...
well, they got to live somewhere, I guess.
And then I came back, and I was like, oh my God, do I need, like, more Botox? I say more, because, like, I already got some.
More
do I need filler? Do I need, like, I was like, do I need, like, it fucks with your head, even if you are there for just 72 hours.
I know.
Or my head, at least. I don't know. Maybe it's like, but then I come, it's just different. You know, the things that are valued.
Sarah, don't you feel like that's what happens when we go on the challenge?
Yes, that's why I come back and I'm like, do I need a boob job?
Yes. I know. I need a BBL. I need extensions. I need everything.
I'm about ready to just like, I don't know. What's that? It's the
contagious.
And it's all by design, and it's all messed up, and we don't need it. But then when I come out here, I'm like, oh, Eli got a new snowboard, and now I'm like, well, now I need a new snowboard because he has a cooler. Eli, the skier, the guy who's supposed to be the ski guy, is like, oh, maybe I'll try snowboarding. Gets himself the coolest setup, and now I'm like, fuck.
I recommend hanging out with white trash because I'll tell you what, number one, they're fun.
Yeah.
Number two, Doritos are a luxury expense and delicious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's more my speed. I'm good with that.
I am happier around the common man.
The common man. That's funny.
I really am. Because it's no bullshit, too.
Yeah.
No phony baloney stuff.
No phony baloney. Yeah, I'm about to go on a trip to Boca, so that's going to be more of the same there. Yeah.
Sarah.
When I was there last time, I was like, I wonder, somebody said something about seeing a Bentley or a Rolls Royce. And I was like, how many of those could we possibly see? And they're like, let's take a bet. We saw, must have been 30. I'm like, this amount of wealth, it is insane.
I don't love it.
I don't love it either. I hate it, in fact. Like, it just feels, I don't know. Maybe I'm just jealous.
That's not great.
If I won the lottery,
I'm glad you
survived.
I'm glad you survived Orange County.
I did. It was nice. It was beautiful. I survived. I got to see my friends. It was lovely. Took some great photos. And,
What was the temperature there?
Oh, my God. 72 degrees. Gorgeous. beautiful. Like it rained in the evening, and then I get there and everybody's like, "Oh, thank goodness you got here today." It was torrential downpours yesterday. It was like
a drizzle.
Yeah,
right.
Like, guys, we got 27 inches of snow the other day.
A torrential downpour.
I had to unbury my car. California people real whiny about the weather over there.
Good Lord.
And
well, you made it back.
I'm
You
here.
made it back, people.
I'm safe. Back in the snow.
I had I checked off a bucket list item.
What?
Since we last spoke. I saw live in person Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh my gosh, how fun!
It was.
Suze,
It really
that
was.
is a bucket list item for you.
It is.
Wow.
I know.
How special. Okay, tell me everything. Was it better or live up to or worse than expectations?
Well, Jerry is a steady Eddie. Like you're never, it's going
Did
to
I just
be.
hear a dog bark in your house?
That was my son. This is what
Okay.
happens when we record on the weekend.
Okay, I was like, what? Did you get a dog and you didn't tell me? Now you're going to see Jerry Seinfeld
Can
not
you
telling me.
imagine?
You're getting a dog and you're not telling me.
That would be so
Okay.
fun. No,
Anyways,
it's just my
Hi, Link.
11-year-old.
Okay. Okay, so Jerry Seinfeld, Steady Eddie, yes.
Yeah, so there's no way that he's going to be less than you imagine. He is, a professor emeritus in comedy, and that's his whole thing. I explained it to Adam as I see him as an addict. He is addicted to comedy, and he's addicted to like talking about it, and he's addicted to the laughter, and so like that's all he cares about. Everything else is just like a means to get to more comedy. And so
If you're going to be addicted to anything, I mean, that's
Right.
not bad.
he's a junkie. And so
He
it's
is.
going to be great. But the downside was that, if you can believe this, and I still do not understand why, it was in Wheeling, West Virginia. So we had to drive an hour and a half to go to the show.
West Virginia.
And Wheeling. I mean, this is Wild and Wonderful Whites of West
I've
Virginia
never
territory.
heard of that place.
This is Appalachia, man. This is like...
No, I didn't think there was a big Jerry community out there.
Oh my God. It was a big night in Wheeling because
Wow.
like it's the tiniest of town. It's near West Virginia University, but not close enough. So it's
Why
just
did you
like
pick that?
I cannot figure it out.
I know. I thought you were going to have the secret here.
No, so
you think
I
it was
ahead
like-
of time was like, I'm gonna find a place where we can eat beforehand, but like imagine my options, right? It's like-
Applebee's or
right?
Chili's?
I wish.
Right.
It was worse than that. It was worse. I would have happily gone to an Applebee's. It was like you went in and it was scary, like where
it was called like the Wagon Wheel Cafe or something. Like or like the Broken Axle Cafe. They always have a name like that, and like it's like has like kind of a saloony vibe. Is this correct?
It's really funny. Well, it was almost like a bait and switch because it got 4.5 out of 5 on Yelp.
That's good. That's what you want. And
But
No
it
bueno?
was like this salsa tasted like ketchup.
oh no.
For real, I go, Adam, does this taste like ketchup to you? And our table, it was a booth, but only had one side. And so we were just looking at a wall. Truly. I swear.
What is that?
And this is not a lie.
Stop.
I'm not lying.
Susie, I'm mad you didn't get photos of that.
I did.
You guys,
I did.
okay, good.
I
Just
did.
staring at the wall. I need because that
Yeah.
is too funny.
And then some guy went in the bathroom and he came out and he goes, I pissed on myself. I swear.
No.
Yes. It was like hate crimes were probably happening nearby that kind of place. Like I did not want them to think I was a part of a disenfranchised community. I was like, I'm
Oh,
white.
my
I'm
God.
straight, everyone. I am able-bodied. For real, it was scary.
Oh my God, that is. on.
And the bartender, of course, this was like a big night in Wheeling. And so the bartender kept doing his impression of Jerry.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What's the deal?
I know. That's what everybody does.
I was like, we have got to get out of here.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to need you guys listening to, if you have the answer, to crack this code for us, because make it make sense.
Right. And like, even when Jerry came out, he was like, we're in Wheeling. He kept like talking about it. He was like, can you believe it? And everyone's like, no, we can't, because we all drove from Pittsburgh to be here.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
What if he's like banned from Pittsburgh for something? Like a certain like mile radius.
How could that be? I don't know.
I honestly like I'm not going to be able to let this one go. That's how
What's
this
the
is going to go.
deal with Wheeling? That's what we want to know, Jerry. One thing I know what the deal is, and that is Rocket Money. I love them with all my heart.
They know how to save me a deal.
Oh, they really do. It is my daily routine. I mean, I have many, but it's one of my daily routines where I go on Rocket Money. I see where our money's going and coming and going and coming. And then I can cancel subscriptions, of which I have a plenty.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I got I was doing the thumbs up, and I got the thumbs up
and
on
you
my
got
screen.
Thumbs up. That will continue to happen. Yep.
Do you have all of the subscriptions like I do, and then you forget to cancel them when you're done with them? Well, Rocket Money comes in and they're like, yo, you have this subscription. You are not using it. Let's cancel it. And they handle it for me. Furthermore, they negotiate deals with people like my insurance company, my cable company.
They've saved me literally hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. And they're like, stop charging Suze so much money.
Yep.
They handle it.
Hey, we got it. And sometimes they're like, hey, give me a week. And then they come back and they're like, we got him. Here you go.
Yes, they got him.
Every time. I love it.
That's right. Rocket
I don't know.
Money
I feel like
personal
somehow I'm
finance
like
app.
getting one over on all the other people who are usually like getting one over on me. So
Yeah. We're fighting a man.
Yeah.
One subscription at a time. With over 5 million users in counting, Rocket Money has helped save its customers on average $720. That's average a year.
Yeah.
And $1 billion in total savings so far. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and manage your money the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/braincandy. That's rocketmoney.com/braincandy. rocketmoney.com/braincandy.
You know, I did that girl math with that, and I was like, "Ooh, an extra about $700, $800 a year. Okay, guess I am getting that new snowboard set up."
Yeah,
That's
take
right.
from him, give to him.
Yep.
But what the show was fantastic. I will say it was shorter than I wanted.
Oh, I don't like that.
It was like he did an hour, and I thought, "Come on,
Okay.
now."
Yeah, you could
I
do
drove
like 90
further
minutes.
than that. I think so.
Yeah. Did he have it? He had openers.
He had an opener who did 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
That's
he did
always
an
kind
hour.
of an uncomfortable. I know somebody's got to do it, but
Yeah.
it's an uncomfortable job when the comedian's performing while people are still taking their seats.
Yes.
That feels very difficult. I feel like there should be, you get there, then an opener, then main act.
The only
Like
way
they
that
could
would
play some
happen-
audio of comedy if you just want to do it while people are sitting.
Oh, I like that
You know?
idea.
Feels
Yes.
rude. You could play past versions, past like
Oh,
comedy specials.
I would love that.
And then we're all laughing at his old jokes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Appetizer Jerry.
Yes.
And then main course Jerry.
Thank you.
That is a great idea, Sarah.
Just changing the
It
world
really
over here.
is. I want to tell you the best bit was, I mean, they were all great, and I tried to file them away. But the best one for me was this bit he did about how, like, as a husband, like, you really don't know anything about what goes on in your household. And so, like, you learn the most when you hear your wife on the phone with someone and then she's telling them about your life and like where you're going to be going and what you're going to be doing and who you're going to be seeing. And he like pretended like he was like a deer drinking water. And then like when they hear like a snap in the, like of a twig in the woods and they learn about their own life and they don't even know who she's talking to. And I just think that's
actually
so
a sneaky
accurate
way to deliver information too.
Well, and like I think it's especially true for me because I have sisters. And so like, I think sisters on the phone tend to like, you just report everything about your life and stories and whatever. And it was relatable, as is everything Jerry says. But it really was nice to finally check that off my box. Because I regret to this day not seeing Don Rickles, and I'm going to have to live with that.
Who else is on your bucket list of comedy?
I was trying to tell Adam on the way on our 1.5-hour drive.
Yeah.
It's like, I've seen Bob Newhart. I missed Joan Rivers, but that's because I didn't even know she was maybe going to die. You know, she was not sick or anything. So I didn't see that one coming. So like, if you can think of anybody that I need to add, let me know. But I feel like I've gotten.
Yeah. You saw Eddie Izzard?
I saw Eddie. Yeah.
He would be on mine.
feel like all the oldies but goodies I've seen. So I'm happy.
Yeah, but what about anybody new? Anybody that's like, well, I really want to see this person. I cannot wait to see this person.
There's nobody that I would put on my bucket list. There's lots that I would love to see, but nobody that I was like, I have to see.
Joe Coy would be really fun to see live.
That would be very fun to see. I would, if he came to Pittsburgh, I would definitely go. Be
painfully funny. Yeah, so fun.
He's so good.
And he gets the audience going because everybody's so, it just feels
they're rooting for him.
Yeah, like I love it.
Let me ask you this though, because Jerry did he was like, thank you, Wheeling. And then everyone starts filing out. And then he was like, you've been so great. I'm going to do a few more minutes. And I was like, please. Like, I don't think comedians should do encores.
That is what, I'm going to say his name wrong every time. Hassan Minhaj. Yeah. But he was very specific about Minhaj.
Minhaj, okay.
Yes, yeah. So, I don't know. He said that in his comedy, he said that he's been so specific about it that now people get nervous about it, and now it's made it worse, and now he doesn't even care, but everybody else cares.
One or doesn't? His name. No. I thought you were saying
about his name. Yes, but he did do that. That was the one thing that protected me from not getting in a fight with those women.
Okay, that worked out for you.
The part that was awkward is that everybody was already halfway through filing out. We all stood there. We're doing it standing and not in my original seat.
See, this is why this needs to be stopped.
Yeah, I agree. No opener more. Like that. And no, this isn't a concert. You're not rock stars. I know that you guys can sell out Madison Square Garden, but you are not rock stars. Right. And it's not the same. And it's okay if, you know what? I would also blame Marvel Marvel movies for doing this. You know, when those movies they add at the end of the credits, but that's like by design to like keep people there through the credits so that the people who worked on the film don't get disrespected. But I feel like we're like forcing people to sit through the ends of things, and that now there's this expectation that there's going to be some sort of like secret
bonus footage.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
If you hung around, and I don't want that. Is it maybe that's just because I'm like the old lady who wants to leave to make sure I don't get stuck in traffic? So I was like to leave a little smidge early, but
I just want you to just put it all out, and then say goodnight, and then we all leave. That's it.
But what about rock stars? What about bands?
That I love. I love it for music. This has already been established, so we all know, and we clap, and you come back.
Right. What I would love
if we all sat there and clapped for Jerry for 10 minutes. Okay, then come out and do an encore. Then we begged for it, and you gave it to us. This weird,
an actual encore in the true definition of what I also think. This is going to sound annoying, but we should make that more you have to.
You got to earn it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think bands should just like not do it sometimes. They should be like, no, I'm not good enough.
I love it.
And then I'm like for this.
Yes.
Am I going to get pushback on this? What's the word? What's the?
I know what you mean, because it is sort of implied.
People aren't going to
now
like this
with the music people.
Yeah.
But I love the idea that
oh no,
we have to really beg for it, and we need more. We can't rest until we have more.
Because
and then you come out.
What if it was like my Fuji's Lauryn Hill show again? Everybody would be like, "All right, bye."
We've had enough.
We left early.
Yeah.
I didn't.
We do not want an encore.
No, I was like,
yes.
And then maybe if nobody gave you an encore, the next time you'd like bring your A game and you get there and you work harder because you're like, okay, this is the kind of feedback. This is how it's supposed. This is how social interactions are supposed to work.
Yes.
We read
Jerry,
literally read the room.
Literally.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess not literally read it, but like vibe the room. You know what I mean?
You vibe it. You vibe it. We want more, we'll tell you.
Yeah.
Anywho, one thing I want more of, and that is Lumi deodorant.
Did I tell you about Eli's experience with Lumi deodorant?
I knew that he ordered it.
Oh,
I knew that you
I
let
got a
him
phone
smell.
call from him, because he went skiing in Aspen this week, or Vail or wherever, and he called me and he goes, "I have an update for you. It has been all day, and it is very successful, and I do not smell."
Great.
And he is a big fan of the Alpine Mist or Alpine something. It's so good. It smells like Christmas trees and winter and like
lumberjack.
Yes. Big fans over here.
Yeah. Big fans, because we don't like stinking up the joint. No. And Lumi deodorant you can put anywhere on your body, because guess what? Your underarms aren't the only place that stinks. I've smelled you all, and it's all over. Yeah. And they have a starter pack, and you can get cooking and see for yourself. You can get the solid stick, the cream tube. They have the wipes.
Yes.
You'll be all set. And as a special offer for our listeners, new customers get $5 off Lumi Starter Pack with our exclusive code and link. And for a limited time, returning customers can get $5 off their next purchase of $30 or more, too. Use code BRAINCANDY5 at LumiDeodorant.com, LumiDeodorant.com. Thank you, Lumi, for making this holiday season smell a whole lot better.
And it's like $5 off their already amazing deals.
Yeah, right. You're welcome, everyone.
You'll love it.
All right, let's talk about something.
Okay.
What do I do? We need a safe word for when, like, I watch something and then I need you to watch it, and it's like it's red alert.
Oh, yeah. Like, what do they say? What do the kids say? Like,
what do they?
I feel like there's like a no cap kind of thing, like something related to that, you know?
Okay.
Like, but not that, because Susie, we don't want to sound like millennials trying to be cool.
No, but we do need it, because I'll try not to abuse it, because
you know how how the Kardashians said Bible?
Yeah.
Bible. Like that.
Okay.
So tell me. This is all serious, all caps or no cap or whatever it is.
And I wouldn't recommend everyone watch it. It's not like that, where I'm saying like this is a must watch for everyone, but it is for you, because there's a documentary on Amazon Prime Video, and I think it's called Greatest Reality Show Never Made. I think that's what it's called. And it's about this reality show in 2002 that they put out an ad in the newspaper and were like, you know, what we need you for 1 year reality TV show, 100,000 pounds. We're looking for, you know, like adventurous people or whatever. And so a bunch of people, I think 30, gave up like their houses and their boyfriends and girlfriends and their jobs and all that for this 1 year opportunity to be on this reality show. And they thought it was going to be like kind of like Big Brother or something.
Okay. Yeah.
And so they show up, and this person his name was Nikita Russian Productions, was saying like, okay, so you're gonna have 1 year to make £1 million. Like you have to figure out how you're going to make the money any way you can. And we give you nothing. You don't have a house. You don't have food. You don't have nothing. And there's no production crew at all. It was like, here's a camera. Good luck. And they were like, what? We just like gave up our leases and stuff. And it basically turned out to be not a scam, but just like this
sounds
guy.
like Fire Festival. If Fire Festival were a reality show.
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm listening to this like I'm watching a car accident, like a train wreck in slow motion or something. Where
that's
I'm like,
what this is like when you watch it.
I could tell by the vibes I'm picking up just from you sharing this. I'm very excited about this.
And, you know, they all were, at first they were like, okay, like sort of like, you know, because at that moment in time in reality TV, it was sort of like the Wild West. You know, it was like, Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire and all that weird shit where it's like, this
there was
doesn't
a bunch
seem
of crazy
right.
shit going on.
Yeah. So they at first were just sort of like, I guess that's what we're doing. But then they're like, but where's lunch? You know what I mean? Like they don't have money or anything. And so the one guy was
like the scam of like, if I could make $1 million in a year, I would just do that.
Right.
Like, what's my price going to be? $1 million? You mean the money that I just earned?
Yeah, and they had to put the money in a bank account that the producer had access to, and like could just take if he wanted.
This is a scheme. This is the biggest scam. Oh, okay. My God.
So then the one guy, cast member, he was like, well, do you want to come to my apartment and like we'll talk about it? So like they all just like went to his apartment because they had nowhere else to go. And they're filming it because they kind of think that maybe they still have a show.
Oh my God. Of course they are. Well, this makes for really good footage for the reality show.
So then after a day or two,
show, but for the documentary about the fake reality show.
Yeah. After a day or two, some of them were like, okay, we're going to go home or whatever. Yeah. Like, this isn't real. We're leaving. And then, but there was a core group that were like really wanting to hoping that it could be something. Oh, but then next thing they knew.
Started. Okay.
Yeah. Next thing they knew, they were like, you know, we don't think this is going to work. So like, then the guy, Nikita, shows up at the apartment and he was like, hey, I'm homeless too. Can I stay here with you?
No fucking way.
Can you imagine if like John Murray and Mary Ellis Beenham were like, hey, can we live on the RV with you?
Hey, is there room on that twin bed?
On the pier? Yeah. Can we share a bunk bed with you?
Oh my God. That's
okay. So
completely unhinged and delusional. And why do we keep letting what I assume is a straight white man, get away with the bullshit that they get away with?
The craziest part is that he participates in the documentary.
They always do,
and you could actually see why they fell for it because he's very attractive and he's very charming and not in like a showy way, but in sort of like a shy guy kind of way, like a tortured poet kind of way. And you're like, I
would have totally fallen for that.
I know. I'm falling for it watching. Okay. I'm like, yeah, he didn't mean anything, you guys. Okay, so
wow.
The reason that beyond how it relates to our own lives, the reason why I wanted you to watch it and like talk to me about it is because like I do want to talk about, because all the people came back and you see what they're up to now and how they feel about it all, and like it's very emotional. And I wonder, like, you know how we spoke recently about how people just want to feel seen and like feel like they matter and like make their mark on the world. And it's kind of a sad thing because you see it in all these people. They just like thought they were going to be on a show that like maybe people would think they mattered or whatever.
Yeah.
And I can relate.
It's that being the fool. I think that as well. That feeling like that
I'm an idiot.
Yes. And that you had the I don't know, rug pulled out from under you or the wool pulled over your eyes or whatever thing where the truth is concealed and you're the victim of it. That feels shitty. And that feels like the part that's really hard in those situations is that it so should be fingers pointing at Nikita Russian or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And instead, in all of those situations, people usually, the kind of people that are the perfect victim for somebody like that, tend to blame themselves. Oh, I can't believe I'm so dumb. I can't believe I did that, rather than, wow, I can't believe this person would be so manipulative to take advantage of people like that.
I think too, though, when it ends up being a scam, it almost like illuminates how even if it hadn't been, like it still wouldn't make you matter. Like it's still a stupid show that nobody cares about, really. Like how many of the people from like the first season of Survivor, which was like a huge hit and a cultural phenomenon, can you really remember? One or two,
Not
maybe?
Many. Yeah.
And so maybe it sort of exposes the futility of it.
Yeah.
Because after having gone on one of these shows that was legitimate, you do realize how stupid it... Well, hopefully you realize. Unless you're Johnny or somebody else who's like, I'm going all in.
Yeah,
forever.
Like, yeah, you should be able to be like, oh, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's very moving, though, and they were I felt like at the end it was redemptive in the sense that they had all maybe avoided the pain of what reality TV can bring because they weren't then on one.
Yeah.
And so then they mostly had like really nice lives and were very forgiving of the person that screwed them over.
Yeah, because there wasn't a lot of maybe like exploitation in a different way that came with that. Like there would be if you actually were on a reality show and
they felt embarrassed.
But
then they didn't get humiliated like we did.
Publicly shamed.
So maybe they are thankful in a way.
And
I think you should watch it.
Just like I will, I definitely will. One
it's
is more
English
like
though.
Other people. Okay, yeah, British.
Like one thing to know about them. You know how like when you watch an Asian like game show, how they have a very specific look and how it's like, wow, we do things very differently and they look totally different and you can tell right away it's an Asian style. This is very much a British one where it's like artsy and strange, especially the first episode where you're like, what is this?
A lot of B-roll.
Well,
they always have like a lot of like cuts to the
reproduction. Nature. They try to like recreate.
Oh, okay, got it. Dramatic reenactment kind of thing.
Yeah, and silly. Okay. It's sort of like tongue in cheek. Anyway, but once you get past that element, it's very artsy. But I think you'll like it.
Okay, can't wait.
Another thing I think you'll like is Liquid IV because who doesn't like being hydrated?
I've got a bunch of it ready to go. Some stocking stuffers.
Do you need some right now?
Holiday right behind me. I mean, I wonder if you could see in my camera, but it's all down on the floor. I'm blocking it.
I can, but I sense it. Like I feel the hydration coming through.
Yeah.
Well, and Adam just proselytized to me. He had been telling me for a long time that the way to go, like especially if you're feeling under the weather, because I have a tickle in my throat.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the ticket. It's Liquid IV, but with like a kettle of boiling hot water.
Yes.
And then drink it like that. And that is great. If you have like a little bit of a tickle or a sore throat or something, it's so great. And you're getting hydrated, which is great for if you're sick anyway. Which
they have an apple flavored one. I bet that would be so good.
It's so
cinnamon
nice.
Stick in there and then heat it up. Ooh, delish.
I'm telling you. And so these are little powders you can pour into water, whether cold or hot, for getting hydration. So if you're like coming back from the gym or you just don't want to get sick over the holidays, this is so great. They have tons of flavors. I love any kind of berry, strawberry,
Yes.
acai, whatever.
Tropical punch.
But they have like a flavor for everyone. Grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code CANDY at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code CANDY at liquidiv.com. Yeah. Another thing that I watched, which was on Max, is called Savior Complex. And it is like
I saw
so
this.
disturbing.
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer? It was like this white lady who grew up same as me in the evangelical community, and within that community it is pretty much a constant refrain about like going to Africa and helping people there, and then they come back and they talk at church about how they're saving these people, both their souls and their physical bodies, from poverty and malnutrition and whatever. Anyway, this is about a particular woman who went and initially she started a clinic that would just, feed people. So you would line up and have your bowl and they would put rice and beans and things in there, and they'd feed hundreds of people a day. It's great, I guess. But then she noticed how like the hospitals were filled, and couldn't take everybody. And so then people that were malnourished were sort of needing care. Yeah. And so she started like one by one, oh yeah, sure, I'll take that person, and giving them food and then getting them to the point where they could be functioning on their own. But then like over time, it really did evolve into like just serving these critical malnourished babies and children. Rather than sort of a daily feeding situation, which is different. Like one is like a charity and one is like a medical
hospital care. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a person with a high school education. And by high school, I mean
evangelical Christian homeschool. Got it. Right.
Homeschool, high school, which, fine, but you're not a doctor.
Right.
Okay. And so she got, let me give you some background on the evangelical community. These are people who believe that God does not call meaning, like they believe that God can call you to be something. You can be called to be a singer. You can be called to be a pastor, a missionary, whatever. So when they use that word, that's what they mean. That God told you in your soul that you are to be something. God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. So if you're called, if you're called,
it's like, I think I want to help people. I should be a therapist. And then you just start, and then you just will get good at it because
God is working through you. You're the vessel. And God is working through you.
God, I wish that's how it had worked.
That sounds nice.
That sounds lovely.
Right. So there's that. And so then you get this idea that because you're called, then whatever you believe is the appropriate care for this baby, then that trumps maybe a nurse that you've hired or a doctor that
says, that's such a bad idea.
Yeah. So babies were dying, of course.
Oh, no.
And she did. It's not that she didn't care. It's just that you can become brainwashed. You can believe that this is a ministry and that God is working through you. And so whatever you're doing is correct. Even if the physical evidence says this is a bad idea, right?
Oh my God. That's very scary.
there's the element of, in a traditional fundamentalist and evangelical community, women have very little authority in their marriages and their families and in their, like, in the church.
Yeah.
But in Africa, a white woman has a lot of authority.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And so it is an opportunity for these people who are quote unquote called to feel power and to feel value and
By
to feel like worth. And then what can come from that is really bad. And so like they showed how
other people.
Like there's this, I'm ranting now, but when colonialism happened, it really, they took all the resources. So all the diamonds and the gold and the agriculture and everything was just stripped. And so then when we look at these areas, we think, whoa, they're very primitive, rather than thinking like they have nothing left. We took everything.
Right, exactly.
And so then
it's like the Native American like reservations would have here, like where it's like, oh, you've already destroyed your land. Here, go stick, and we put them somewhere where it's not good.
So it's easy for us to be like, oh, they're savages. We better help them, instead of thinking like we ruined them. So now we, So like the situation that happens is that all of these Christian organizations and churches spring up in Africa and in other third world nations, and it feels really good. Missionaries, go and they're doing really wonderful things. They are genuinely helping, but they do not have the context to understand that the reason that they are even useful is because of what we had done to them in the first place. That these people are not idiots.
Right. Like the original founding fathers of, all of humankind. Like these are been doing things for a lot longer than the European Western civilizations have in reality.
Well, and then if you say like, hey, there's a problem here, babies are dying, the government, even in Africa, will say like, zip it. Because if you discourage these organizations, if you say, we're going to hold you accountable, we're going to watch what you're doing, then it would discourage other help that they're getting, which is useful and really does help the community. So it's a real mess.
Yeah. Savior complex is really that is it, what it is.
Well, and I do wonder like what the right answer is, because these babies and people do need help.
Money.
To whom, though? Who do you give the money to? Like who is acting in a way that's virtuous? I'm not saying I have the answer. I'm saying, I know this lady wasn't it.
Yeah, she was not it.
And she's not qualified. There are plenty of missionaries and organizations that are helping these communities, but there should be maybe more of a check system to determine their legitimacy and whether they're qualified. This hooker, she's not sorry. She's back in the U.S. because she can't go there because they were like, they caught on.
They were like, and you're banned.
She is not sorry. She believes she was doing the right thing. And she like settled with the families for like $10,000 each. Here's for your kid.
Oh my God.
Oh,
that's gross. Okay. Good Sue's reviews.
Oh, it was really dark. It was. And then like there's this organization called No White Saviors, but it's run by this white lady. So then you're like,
I've seen them on Instagram. Yes.
And it's like, they kind of didn't get the best at it either. It was sort of like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because it does feel like, okay.
What's happening here? Mm-hmm. But that's why you gotta, I get it.
Empower and lift up other voices besides white lady voices.
I mean, that's what she
Thanks for listening to our podcast.
That's why I say I don't know what the answer is, because if you are somebody that is white that wants to help, it can be confusing. I know that for me that it was. I even during like Black Lives Matter, when I was hearing the call for like accountability, and it's like, okay, how can I be useful? But it feels like every path is fraught.
Yeah. Oh, it's a tough question to answer. Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's not a tough question to answer, and that's like, how do I make my hair grow? And the answer is Nutrafol.
Absolutely. I've been singing this Nutrafol's praises. It feels like maybe we've talked about this, when the weather changes, that the cold weather absolutely like affects hair loss.
Yeah, like there's different growth cycles.
Like I happen to be talking about thinning hair more frequently.
Yeah, and if you are one of these people, whether it's hormones or pregnancy or aging or whatever that's causing you to feel like your hair is thinner, Nutrafol is a great dermatological recommended hair growth supplement, clinically shown to improve thickness and strength, and it can be for plant-based lifestyles, and no matter what your life stage. It's fantastic. 86% of women reported improved hair growth after taking it for 6 months. Take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter promo code BRAINCANDY. Find out why over 4,000 healthcare professionals recommended Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code BRAINCANDY. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code BRAINCANDY. Yeah, you know I'm on the journey with you.
That's right.
I wouldn't lie about it. All right. Well, let's see what else I want to talk to you about. Did you read the article? Oh, okay. Wait, this is funny. This was sent to us by a brainiac named Maria, and she was commenting on how it was an AWH that aged.
Oh no.
This we should nominate for the AWH.
AWH that aged.
The A-aged. This is for the AW. We should have like AWH awards. You know how there's the Darwin Awards?
I think so. Yes, I think that's a genius idea.
If you're not familiar, AWH stands for Accident Waiting to Happen. That is Sarah's acronym. This is a competition called the, let me think. Let's see here. The actual name for it is the World Sauna Championships.
Okay. Terrible idea. Terrible. Let me guess. Died of heat stroke.
Yeah. Who could have seen it coming? Who could have predicted this?
Who could have predicted?
They should run everything by my mom, because my mom, you know how I wore one roller skate to learn how to roller skate?
That is so funny. But you know what? You're an excellent roller skater now, so maybe there was something to that.
Right, maybe.
It's like
but
the training
she was very good at identifying risk. Like,
with a bajillion children, you had to be.
Yeah, I guess so. We lived on a street where like there was like a blind spot, and so she wanted to make sure we always rode our bikes up a certain side of the street, because then like the blind spot was averted. So she painted on the road like a line. Like Peg got her bucket and painted it. And we were only allowed to ride our bike on one side.
I like it. I'm Team Peg with these moves.
So, like, if they said to Peg, "Hey, Peg, we've got a great idea. It's called the World Sauna Championship, and you have to see who stays in the sauna the longest."
No,
she would have said,
idea.
"Absolutely not. Someone will die."
Right.
Here's
it's just
what
like
happened.
Hold your breath. World's longest swim with that holding your breath contest. Yeah. We saw that documentary too.
It doesn't end well.
It never does.
Right. Okay, so the sauna was 230 degrees.
Oh, okay. We're just. What do we think? What do people think they are? Those little. What are those called? Tardigrade. What are those little teeny tiny things that live? They look like little teddy bears, but they're microscopic and they live in like tardigrades.
I don't know their names.
Fucking A. Oh, I'm very close. Okay, but those things.
Okay, so they placed the temperature at 230 degrees.
Tardigrade. I was very close.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, they can survive at those temperatures, and that's it.
Well, I'm actually impressed because they stayed in there for 6 minutes.
200 have you ever sipped? Okay, hang on. I have one of those coffee machine, like little pour over things, like electric kettle that where you can like set the temperature. I love it. And I have that set to 199 degrees. If I put that 2 degrees up, we're talking boiling water. It's burning my tongue for sure.
Yeah.
That's not even at 200 degrees. And it's burning my tongue when I drink it. How are these people chilling inside a sauna that's that hot?
Yeah.
Not.
I don't
okay.
know. They had to go in there for as long as they could. 6 minutes. And said, I swear to you, it said it was 6 minutes before judges noticed something amiss. And as if that weren't amazing enough.
Yeah.
The prize.
Oh, no.
This is in the BBC. This was reported in the BBC. There was no prize except for, quote, some small things.
Small things. That was the sauna. That was the sauna company's like swag. That was like it was probably an ice pack with logo on it.
Like a towel.
Yeah, it was a
It's
towel,
like
but
how
like not one of those
when
full
we go on
ones
the
with tiny
challenge.
ones. Yeah.
Like at Christmas, if you're on the challenge, like at Christmas,
Oh my
and
God,
TV sends you
yes.
like a backpack or a towel or something with their logo on it.
They're like, here you go. Thank you so much for your lifetime of like us being able to use your clips and profit off of you. Here's a beach towel.
Here's a T-Mobile sidekick
Right.
for
Okay.
going down a hill in a tire, Suze. Remember when I won a DJ, like,
Yes,
wicka, wicka?
turntable.
Turntable, that's it. Was I in a sauna competition?
Oh my God. That's insane.
Anyway, R.I.P. that guy.
Dude,
I mean,
somebody fucking
I really don't
died
even
from
feel
that.
bad because,
We should just like. Here's the thing: people are dumb. So
Yeah.
all these contests of who can do this for the longest, and if the thing that they are doing is something that could kill you, like not peeing for the longest, drinking the most water, holding your breath for the longest, being on fire for the dumbasses don't know when to tap out.
right. That's
So,
why
like-
they're even competing.
People shouldn't be allowed to make decisions, basically.
Yeah, it's not safe for people to have control of their
I
own.
know. You know what? When I went back to California, I was talking to my friend from California about the differences between Colorado and California and how I will never be able to get over the no helmet law here.
Yeah, you
and I was
can't let
telling
this
her,
go.
I can't. And I was telling her it's the same guy who's like, I don't have any condoms. I can't use one. It's too uncomfortable. Oh, it doesn't fit. Who has like that guy? The I don't wear a condom guy, or I can't, or it's uncomfortable, or it doesn't feel
Perfect
good for
circle.
me. Guy is perfect circle of Venn diagram of no helmet guy.
Totally.
He doesn't strap up, and he doesn't strap up.
Remember when I said like they don't want to wear helmets because they say it's like too hot and sweaty.
Yeah, this is the same thing, same guy. Which really like it's and so she was saying, Sarah, those guys deserve whatever's coming to them.
Yeah, because
And she said the no helmet thing, at least he's the only one who gets hurt. in most situations. Like, whereas with the no condom guy, often it doesn't.
Although, if the lady agrees, then she's sort of the equivalent of no.
Right.
Yeah.
She's also no helmet law lady.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta.
She's getting on the back of the motorcycle with no helmet guy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do understand the debate about, like, at what point does the government have to step in and be like, we're going to take it from here?
Right.
Because, like, okay, so do you know how when it used to be fine for you not to wear a seatbelt, for example.
Right.
And my grandpa, he would cut the seatbelts out. Like, he didn't even want them to be.
You're not going to tell me what I can do. Oh my God, that's insane.
And you can cut it and put it into the thingy so it doesn't beep.
You can,
right?
Oh my God. Could you imagine being like that anti somebody telling you what to do, that you're just like
yes.
I can't imagine. I am such a rule follower. I'm like, well, there's a reason for this. We better do that. We better walk in the crosswalk. I love it. I love a rule.
I've never known, let me put it this way. I've never known a woman have that feeling of like, I'm never going to listen. But like, even my brother, he will say, like, when he's in like Olin Mills or wherever they take a family portrait, if the photographer's like, smile, he's like not going to smile.
Oh, funny. Like the man doesn't like it when a woman asks him to smile? I would agree that we agree on this one.
Yeah. Right. But like, I do think that is something that can happen to men where they like really do not want to be told what to do. Yeah.
They go, they're almost like defiant in, oh, you want to tell me? Well, I'm going to do whatever I want. Yeah. It's also the same as shorts in the winter guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Although we have a brainiac, Tony, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Who is shorts in the winter guy.
Yeah,
and it's shocking because we love Tony. And maybe we should like ask him the details because are you just really hot? Like, should you participate in the opposite of the sauna competition?
Right. Maybe that's
would you win?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I don't see him
shorts
as one
in the
of those
winter
guys,
guy.
though.
I know. It really threw me for a loop.
Yeah. Interesting. That is. Maybe he's like the exception that proves the rule.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him. But besides him, yes. All right, let me do one more before we go. Well, did you read about the British bird that flew away and then came home speaking Spanish? Speaking Spanish.
I saw the headline and I was like, this is probably a joke.
It's true.
He just came back and he was like, ¿Qué pasa? That was an accurate impression.
Ay de me. Like it. Okay, so it's British. Then it flew away from somewhere in Torrance, California.
Oh my gosh.
And some lady found it, and I guess there was some sort of like chip or whatever they do to birds.
They have like those little ankle tags. Yeah.
Okay, and she was like, wait a minute.
I don't know. I just made that up. Maybe it's on that. Maybe it's a fucking chip. Whatever.
It's something that made her realize this was not from California. It was from England. She contacted the... Oh, wait. I meant to pull this article up because I wanted to quote it directly, but I didn't. So we'll just wing it. Okay, so she contacts the English owner and was like, hey, did you lose a bird? And he goes, no, because he thought she meant recently, which just totally cracks me up. Like, if you lost a bird,
right,
whenever
at any point in your life, right?
Wouldn't you be like, well, yeah, I did in 2004, whatever it was.
Yeah,
he was just like, no. Why do you ask?
A sock from the dryer?
And Anyway, you get the gist. This is like a bunch of people that are hilarious for various reasons.
Well,
but
I don't want to call out bird owners over here, but bird owner. I mean,
that is so true.
How many bird owners do you know that are just like
totally normal,
regular people?
Yeah,
just regular.
Wait, why do you think that is, though? Do you think it's because,
I know this because my grandma, the woman that I think my grandma was secretly, like, in love with or had a relationship with, was named Fran, we called her the bird lady, and she was, like, a hoarder of birds. She already had her entire house was full of birds.
They always do. It's never just one.
So many.
They love them all.
Anybody who's, like, the person who has a bird on their shoulder that they take, like, to the grocery store or whatever, we're like... That person, they wear multicolored scarves all season with sandals, with Birkenstocks. You know what I'm saying? This is not somebody I actually know. I'm writing fan fiction right now, but I think this is accurate. I would describe the clothing as flowy and patchy, but not because of the bird. Just style choices, fashion.
Do you think that the reason that they're drawn to birds in particular is...
They are the most judgmental of animals, so it doesn't make any sense. They're the ones who are vocal about it.
Why do they need like a whole... They don't want just one.
Right.
And there has to be something in it for them because... From what I can tell, all they do is poop.
Right.
Like, it is constant pooping.
Constant pooping.
It's rabbits and birds poop all day.
And these people want the bird to just, like, hang out in their house with them.
You can't pet them. Their beaks hurt.
They will argue you can pet them.
What do they call? They do. They act like,
The snake people came at us for that one.
It's so true.
Please, Suze. If you're a bird person, please write to us.
Me?
The other thing is, like, no, I said if you're a bird person, like, listeners. Like,
me.
No. I didn't, like, ask you to write into your own show explaining yourself, Susan, Louise.
Do you remember Heidi Fleiss, the Hollywood madam?
Yeah. Oh, yes, I do.
She became a bird lady. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And they often live in weird places.
Like, like in the desert.
Middle of nowhere desert. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, they're not living on your block.
No.
They might start there and they get like one parakeet and then next thing you know, it's like...
They got to move to a place where you're allowed to have more. Yeah.
But it's funny because
noise complaints.
The bird came back speaking Spanish and referring to someone named Larry.
That's very funny. I like the idea of Larry, who's just like a regular dude who's like, oh, parrot. And he doesn't really care about birds. He's like,
he's just sucked into this bird life.
Doesn't buy at any crate or anything like that, or kennel or what? Not kennel. What the fuck do you cage?
Bird cage. I don't know, Sarah. If you're a bird person, no, I don't even want you to reach out because they always act like it's normal.
Right. And I'll tell you, this is how you know it I, for a half a second, thought about getting a bird. And then I was like, no, definitely bad idea. So that tells you everything you need to know.
In that moment, what did you think was alluring? The color, the
sound of like a bird, like waking up. It would be like, I was like, must have been back from Costa Rica,
chirping?
and I was like, it seems like maybe like hanging tapestries on the wall, maybe a gateway drug to bird in your house in the future.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like that is a early symptom, early sign. That doesn't mean that all people with the tapestry hanging on the wall
is
going to do that. But everybody with the bird had a tapestry on the wall, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I don't know anybody who has one bird forever. it always multiplies.
Right. Yep.
Several.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, they have to move to the
Who
desert.
knew that this episode was just going to be bird bashing?
They are not redeeming. There's nothing good about them.
Says the same person who was trying to have develop a relationship with a crow or a raven. You were like, how do I get the crows to be my friends?
Crows are
And
people
I was
too.
totally into it. I was like, yes,
I
let's do it.
still want that. Not in my house.
Right. That's different. That's like it's coming to you, not you stay, pretty bird, you know?
Yeah. Like, I don't
forever.
want
Clip your wings. Live in this cage.
It's in your house. That is
Right.
when things get weird.
Right.
Any animal, even dogs and cats, that's when things get weird.
And
by the
humans,
way.
you might as well throw those.
Yeah.
They're in your house,
Like,
shit gets weird.
shit gets weird. All right, let's wind it down.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. What's the deal with wheeling? Nothing good. Hate crimes. That's why.
Oh, God, that's so funny.
Okay. Greatest reality show never made.
Have
Amazon
to see
Prime
that.
Video. Yeah.
Kind of scary in my mind.
It's kind of a bummer. And it does make you think back on the early part of the millennium when things like the reality TV stuff, where it was just like, let's see what sticks.
Wild, Wild West. Right.
Yeah.
Still kind of is a little bit. Mm-hmm.
White savior. Big yikes.
Oh, yeah.
Stop being weird, white people.
Yeah, well.
And stop
Good luck
getting
with
into
that one.
saunas. That's another thing black people
Definitely
would never
stop
do.
doing that.
There is
Never in a
zero
million years.
black competitors in the sauna world
Right.
championship.
Like, we're not fucking dummies.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
We have enough stress.
All right.
We don't
ridiculous.
need
Like,
that.
White people looking for ways to just. Ugh. Anyways.
And bird people, explain yourselves.
Or don't. Or good.
All right. We'll see you next time. We love you. Bye.
Bye.